All right, today we're going to dive into a really powerful strategy for cutting through all the noise out there. It's a whole new way of thinking about communication that's, less about shouting into the void and more about a precision strike. It's called the whale hunt. We've all been there, haven't we? You're sending out emails, you're posting updates, you're putting in so much effort, and it feels like it just disappears. It's honestly a huge source of frustration, just wondering if any of that hard work is actually making a real impact. And this right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the problem. On one side, you've got that scattered effort. It's like a shotgun blast of activity, just hoping something, anything hits. But on the other side, focused impact. That's a single, powerful action aimed at a very specific high-value target. And let me tell you, the difference in results is just, it's a world of difference. Now, what if I told you the key to getting that focused impact comes from a place you'd probably never expect? Yeah, we're going to borrow a page straight from the playbook of the video game industry. It's a really cool pivot, and honestly, it might just change how you approach your work entirely. So, to really get this strategy, we first have to borrow a little lingo from the gaming world. We need to talk about whales. So, what in the world is a gaming whale? Well, in the gaming universe, a whale is not just any player. Oh no, this is someone who is deeply, deeply invested. They spend a ton of time, and often a lot of money, on things like in-game purchases. And their financial contributions are so big that they can make up a huge, huge chunk of a game's total revenue. But their impact goes way beyond just the money. These players create this incredible feedback loop. Their investment is what funds new development. Their tastes and preferences guide future updates, and their status as trendsetters helps build a really vibrant community. When you get right down to it, they make the game better for everybody. And that ripple effect, it benefits the entire ecosystem. It's not just the big gaming companies that win here. Regular gamers, they get better games. Content creators, they can find support through things like sponsorships. And the developers get to build more sustainable and engaging experiences. It's all built around these super high-value players. So how does this actually become something that we can all use? Well, this brings us to the strategic whale hunt. This is where we take this idea from the gaming world and turn it into a really powerful business strategy. This is where we stop just observing and we start hunting. And that brings us to the central question, right? What if, instead of trying to reach absolutely everyone, we identified the whales in our own fields? The key clients, the crucial partners, maybe that one single decision maker who could change everything. What would that even look like? It really requires a fundamental shift in mindset. See, most communication operates in this state of energetic waiting. You're doing a lot of work and just kind of hoping the right person notices. The whale hunt is the exact opposite. It's an active, deliberate pursuit of a specific high-value target. There's a key line from the source material that just captures this mindset perfectly. It says that securing a whale requires an active hunting nature aimed at active capture. This isn't passive stuff. Landing these big fish requires a focused, relentless, and strategic approach. You can't just sit around and wait for them to swim by. Of course, if you're going hunting, you've got to have the right tools. And in strategic communication, that means building with impact, not just volume. The goal is always choosing the right medium for the job. Okay, let's use an analogy here because it's a great one. Think of all your communication efforts as building blocks. Most of what we send out is like standard Legos, just tons of small, high-volume pieces that really just create noise. But to catch a whale, you need Duplo bricks, bigger, weightier, high-impact units. So, standard Legos are for general users. Think about frequent, low-substance texts or those social media blasts we all see. Duplo bricks, on the other hand, they're reserved for your whales. These are things like a carefully crafted in-depth email or a really personalized proposal. By their very nature, they're low volume, but their impact, it's massive because they're built with substance and intent. So, how do you actually do it? Well, the gaming world gives us a pretty clear 3-step process. First, offer exclusivity. Give them something special they just can't get anywhere else. Second, personalize absolutely everything. Show them you've done your homework. And third, foster real engagement. You want to create a dialogue, not a monologue. So, what's the ultimate takeaway here? It's really all about focusing your energy. Stop scattering your resources. Identify that one singular high-value target, your large sea fish, and then dedicate the immense effort that's required to actually bring them on board. So the question you've got to ask yourself is this: When you look at your own communication, what are you building with? Are you just adding to the noise with countless little Lego bricks? Or are you making a real, focused impact with a few well placed Duplo blocks?